There is a group of cold case investigators who meet biannually in Saskatchewan. The Saskatchewan Association of Cold Case Investigators share information and knowledge between agencies. This video is a result of their collaboration. These are some of their cases.
My name is Corporal Larry Kurtenbach. I'm with the RCMP Historical Case Unit.
As of April 1st, 2014, there are 119 missing persons cases in Saskatchewan. Some of these cases are as a result of foul play.
Missing Persons Week focuses on high-risk activities and providing safety tips simply because we know these activities are occurring and it's in everyone's interest to take whatever steps are possible to mitigate or to lessen the chance that people do go missing.
Some examples of high-risk situations or activities are prostitution, hitchhiking, meeting someone you are unfamiliar with, such as someone you met online, in an unknown, unfamiliar, or isolated location, not informing someone of your whereabouts and expected time of return.
There are people from every walk of life that get involved in high-risk lifestyles, every ethnic background, gender, people from all walks of life.
Both my parents were drug addicts. My father was an alcoholic. I grew up in all kinds of abuse. I started working the streets when I was 15, 16 because I started using drugs.
I opened an adult services studio specifically because I realized that there were very few ways to do this industry safely. And the women that work here, for the most part, do in-call service only. Very few of them will go on out calls, and part of that is because it's been so difficult to arrange the proper type of safety measures that we'd like to have in place.
Some of the tips that we would recommend for people to keep their own safety in mind, first off, is try not to get involved in these type of activities. They are inherently, by their very nature, high risk. But if you must and you make that decision to do so, then we would suggest that if you go somewhere, take a buddy with you. Make sure that they know where you're going.
We pair up. Try to pair up if you can, so you can write down the serial numbers of the person that you're jumping in the van or car with.
Most of the time it's people working in partners, someone who would have a friend that would either drive them or go with them on the calls. Worst case scenario is just having someone phone, doing a check-in and check-out when the girls are done, which is probably the best thing to do if that's the only alternative. It still just leaves the one person vulnerable, though.
Keep a current photograph of yourself with some family members, something that documents any changes that you have in your appearance in terms of tattoos or scars, so that if an identification is needed, then we'll have the most up-to-date information.
She gave me a call, let me know where she was, exactly what time, how long she was to be there. Then the phone call afterwards, I had to hear her voice. Again, another text once she was in the vehicle. On the other hand, I've also had or heard of a couple of situations where women have walked into a room, been robbed, and vice versa. A client let me know that at one time he went on a call and he got robbed.
I will use my keys. I will keep the keys in my hand, or I will have a spray with me, like body spray.
Try not to place yourself in a situation where you allow someone to restrain you or put you in a place where you cannot voluntarily leave. If you do have to go to a place that's unknown to you, use your cell phone. Turn it on, make a call. That way, that information is transferred to the provider, and your last known position will be readily accessible to investigators.
It is the nature of the industry, and what I'm trying to do and what we're trying to do is create an environment where, if we're going to do this anyway, the women have somewhere to work it safely.
Make sure that you share information about people that may be a threat to you, people that are known to you on the street. Make sure other people know what you're doing.
The use of alcohol and drugs can make some situations high risk, as your perception and reaction times are altered. Individuals may become involved in high-risk activities for a number of reasons: financial considerations, organized crime, and survival.
So it's not always about drugs. It's, you know, some of these girls, they're not categorized as drugs or whatever. Some of them are doing it for a reason, either whether it's school or whether it's to put groceries on the table.
My big message would be make sure someone knows where you're supposed to be and when you're supposed to be back.
Have a time that you'll check in with someone that you know, with friends and family. Know that if you do not check in at that time, that they will report it to the police.
What do you think? What do you think when you're getting into a vehicle?
Am I gonna come home? Are my children ever gonna see me again? Are they gonna find me? Are they going to I think about all those feelings, like, is this really worth it?
If you have knowledge of someone going missing, report it to the police immediately. It's a myth that you have to wait 24 hours to report it. You do not. Report it to the police immediately and let the investigation begin.
If you have information on a missing persons case or crime, contact your local RCMP detachment, your local police service, or call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477.